Hello, Cancer. Welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be your general message. Keep in mind, timing and energy is fluid. This could resonate at any point in time. So whenever you're guided to watch it, you're likely to find a message in here for you. This message is timeless. Also keep in mind, this is for any major Cancer placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. And so if this message does not resonate, I do suggest that you check your other signs and placements. Before jumping in with the cards, I want to talk about what came through in meditation. I kept being shown the scales, which is Libra energy. And it was like this energy of the weighing of the heart, or the weighing of the pros and cons of a situation, a certain situation. I do feel get ready to experience some type of stressful event. You might have already experienced this event. It's just this overwhelming feeling is what I kept feeling very restricted. I also feel having to face some consequences here, which is the Libra energy, the justice. And so every choice has a consequence, right? And so I also feel maybe you've been feeling less than or in a state of isolation. That's kind of what Cancer does, right? They retreat in that little shell, in that hard exterior shell. And so maybe you've been feeling very isolated from family and friends. Maybe you've been in this hermit energy, Virgo energy. I just feel you're going through a major life transition and it's not been easy. And I do feel there's still some challenges and hurdles to kind of overcome. And so I do feel like it's kind of time to take your life to the next level of your spiritual journey. And so I also feel maybe you've put your feelings on hold for a certain somebody that you hope you will maybe cross paths with again one day. But I do feel you're dealing with somebody here that is not very sensitive to your feelings. They could be offering all kinds of criticism and masking it as helpful advice. But I do feel whoever you're dealing with in your current partnership, if you're in a current partnership, I just feel all of this criticizing energy is only pushing you closer to somebody that you wish you could have a redo with. So let's jump in with some cards. Let's see what other messages need to come through for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. What do we got for Cancer? Oh my goodness. Transformation, energetic cords. And so, yeah, you are in the process of a very uncomfortable life transformation and transition. Shedding layers, people, places, and things. There is definitely a relationship here that has caused all kinds of negative factors in your life that really is no longer serving you. So get ready to cut the cords with somebody here, Cancer. You are dealing with a very karmic attachment here. And maybe this is some type of catalyst to trigger some memories with somebody where you've been holding on to. I feel repressed feelings of holding on to somebody that you are hoping you will get the chance to see again or meet again one day. And so what do you need to release in order to renew something? Because this is like the death energy. Could be dealing with somebody with prominent Scorpio as well. But let's see what else needs to come through. I just feel like this is not going to be easy. This is definitely not going to be easy, Cancer. We get chakra balancing, light worker. So I do feel it's really time to maybe book a Reiki session or tune up your chakras. But I feel this overwhelming influx of energy flowing through your spine, your chakra pathway. And I do feel you've been activated into some type of light worker mission here. We are all powerful light workers, right? We're here on earth to shine our light, to help heal humanity. And I just feel Spirit is saying, hey, you're in a really tough situation here. Yeah, you are in a very tough situation here. Spirit's been trying to say to you, hey, pray to us. Ask us for guidance. Ask us for help. And we will send you the signs and the things that you need to move forward. You are in the process of deepening your relationship to yourself, is what I feel. Coming into this awareness of just how capable you are as a conscious co-creator with the universe. And I do feel you're finding your truth. I do feel you've been misguided. And there's going to be some type of catalytic, stressful event that's going to shine light on these falsehoods so you can go towards what speaks to your heart and your soul. And so self-care is key. As you learn your soul's language, you learn what motivates you. I do feel there is a connection here that brings you a lot of joy, but you're going to have to deal with a catalyst of some sort that is likely triggering a lot of deep familial patterns to come to the surface, stemming around some past life wounding. There could be a past life connection here. And not all past life connections come to heal. Some come to hurt. I do feel a very hurtful connection here that is on your path in order for you to identify your negative repetitive patterns within relationships so you can heal them and release them once and for all, so you can go towards joy and the art of self-love. And so what is unhealthy in your life? Because I do feel a very unhealthy connection here. You need to watch out for this person because they are trying to lead you down the beaten pathway. It's time to make a better choice, because the spirit guides and the angels are saying it's time to go towards this healing light. I do feel a very healing energy that you are connected with, this person that you wish you could go back to, but there is something that needs to be released, and you're going to have to go through some type of healing journey in order to get rid of this unwanted circumstance. So get ready for a major paradigm shift. You're letting go of an outdated relationship here that was likely rooted in some old, ineffective familial beliefs. And you are going towards your true spiritual path, is what it feels like, Cancer. You're going towards your greater purpose and maybe even embracing a higher soul connection. But first, you're going to have to choose freedom, and freedom is a choice. We can choose to cut the cords. We can choose to cut the cords, or we can choose to cycle back into these addictive cycles, restrictive cycles, but there is some type of unhealthy energy that you are attached to that is here to trigger some past life memories in order for you to ignite your passions. What speaks to your heart and soul, Cancer? Because I do feel something from the past is really tugging on your heart and is bringing forward a new spark. So I think you're ready for some major life changes ahead. Because you're on an evolution journey is what it feels like, Cancer. So let's jump in with some other oracle cards. I'm using the Oracle of Mystical Moments, and this was gifted to me by a good friend, the Spiritual Empath. Go check her out. She's on YouTube. She's on TikTok, the Spiritual Empath. But we're going to use this deck. I feel really connected to this deck. So let's see what needs to come through with this. The journey. Tiny triumphs. And so I kind of feel like you're feeling like a clown. I think somebody's really made you look like a clown. Could be dealing with some type of rat. Somebody here that really doesn't have good intentions, and I feel Spirit is trying to expose this person. I do feel you're dealing with a trickster here, but any small step in the right direction is going to be a tiny triumph. You are on a spiritual journey. The 19 cards, 19 card, and I believe this came through in yesterday's reading for Pisces. So if you have prominent Pisces or are dealing with the Pisces, I highly suggest go check out that Pisces video. If I remember, I'll tag it to the end. But 19 is a karmic debt number associated with narcissism, extreme codependencies, addictions, low self-worth. And so we can overcome those issues, right? And we can step into a path of true leadership. But I feel baby steps. You are on a spiritual journey, and you are on your way of completing a cycle. To completing a cycle, 21 is the world. And so get ready to learn maybe a very painful karmic lesson when it comes to trusting your intuition, right? Maybe you're dealing with somebody that you really can't trust. But let's see what else needs to come through for you. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Wow. What do we got here? Treasured memories, the art of seduction in reverse. I do believe the art of seduction also came through in the Pisces reading. I very well could be dealing with the Pisces. The art of seduction in reverse, a 14, a karmic debt number associated with freedom. And this is paying back karmic debt where we have maybe abused our past life freedom at the expense of others. And then we get under my umbrella, and it is a 20 card. And I'm hearing that, I think it's Rihanna, you can stand under my umbrella. So there is somebody here that I feel maybe at one point in time provided you with some type of shelter as you have gone through a transformation process. But I do feel it was some type of seductress, and I do feel a breaking away from that because there are some deeply rooted, treasured memories here with somebody from the past that I feel you are hoping for a redo with. 18 breaking down to a 9. And so there's a cycle here that kind of needs to wind down to an ending here in order for a new beginning, because I do feel you love somebody deeply to the moon and back. You do see clearly where your home is, and your home should be your castle. And so I do feel there is some type of divine union coming through here, and there is a connection that you love to the moon and back, and you've been watching this person. I do feel a Cancer here that's been really observing somebody from the past, and they know, hey, it's a long way to go back home. Maybe this has been a really long journey. 35 breaking down to an 8. I do believe this also came through in the Pisces reading. I feel somebody's really anchored you down, and it's time to take flight. What goes around comes around, and I feel you're stepping into some type of self-mastery here, like a bird. Birds of a feather flock together, so maybe you're really having a look at a home situation here. You could be looking at a social group. I do feel there could be some gossip here, but I feel Spirit really is urging you to journey towards somebody that you consider to be your home, that you feel at home with. And I just keep hearing, I want to go home. I want to go home. So let's jump in with the tarot. Let's see what else needs to come through for you, Cancer. That kind of just fell when I picked up the deck. Ooh, the 8 of coins. And then below that, we get the King of Cups in reverse. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I do feel an outpouring of emotions is what I'm feeling. Wow. And then this kind of fell off when I looked. So I do feel we've got a King of Cups here that maybe in the past, you know, didn't do the honorable thing. Maybe they lacked trustworthiness. I do feel we've got a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here that in the past they were somebody that could not be trusted. Maybe went towards a very unhealthy situation that they thought was going to be a romantic, a solid romantic relationship. But somebody here has hidden intentions. There's a lack of emotional fulfillment. And I think somebody wants to rush in with some communication and say, I'm ready to put in the work. I want to build a family legacy with you. I made a poor decision in lovers, and I cut that third party out. And as soon as I cut that third party out, I'm rushing in with some kind of communication. But 8 is the energy of what goes around comes around. And so I do think it's been a very long, daunting journey here, Cancer. Oh my God. There's definitely an ending here. This is the Death card, Scorpio energy. And so I feel like a cycle is closing out from A to Z. You are on some type of spiritual transformation path. And so there isn't need to release a certain person or maybe a whole group of people that really have been holding you back from doing the work. Investing in yourself, maybe investing in somebody that you have seen grow and put in the work and maybe build a business. But I do feel maybe learning all you can about spirituality. Maybe you're thinking about switching careers. But I do feel the time has come to create balance with somebody that I don't think you chose to invest in the past. And maybe because you weren't paying attention to the details. But we're going to get 9 cards out here for you, Cancer. We're going to see what the heck is going on for my Cancer collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Well, that just come flying out. We got a Rico Suave here. More water. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We've got a flirtatious romancer. We got a love bomber here. This is my smiling liar. And so maybe in the past, this was you. Maybe you were the type of person that loved falling in love. But once that initial honeymoon phase is over, what is there? I feel there's a lack of balance, a lack of harmony. Maybe you went towards a sudden love affair, or maybe you got swept off your feet by a romancer of some sort that really made your heart flutter. But I do feel this is likely turned into some type of situationship. So let's see what we got going on here. The Five of Wands in reversed. The Sun reversed. The Eight of Swords reversed. I like that. This is breaking free from some type of entrapment, some type of karmic entanglement. Maybe you've lacked the confidence because you've been in the dark night of the soul, really in all kinds of conflicting views of your own ego. If you look at this Five of Wands, the only person he's fighting with is the person in the mirror. And now I'm hearing that Michael Jackson song, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look in the mirror and make that change. And so I do feel somebody has really struggled with releasing the lower ego. Maybe drama excited you, and I get it, right? When we close out all of these toxic, dramatic cycles, when things are easy and quiet and there's nothing going on, it can kind of feel boring at first, right? I just feel like maybe you've not had the energy to even stand up for yourself when it comes to an unhealthy situation, that I think you've come to a realization it isn't worth your time. There's really no light at the end of the tunnel here. There's no hope. There's no opportunity to fix this, and it's kind of time to break free, and that's also karma, right? I do feel a major realignment, and maybe you've been juggling making this decision for a long time, but I feel withdrawing from a poor investment. We get the Magician reversed. You could be dealing with a trickster, Gemini, Virgo energy. But I just feel there's no more starting over here. There's no more starting over. There's a need to release a false start for a new beginning. And I just feel time is up. I think, you know, you've bid your time. You've been delaying making a decision for quite some time, and now there's going to be a realignment here because you need to bring balance back into your life. Whether you were the manipulator, you were dealing with somebody manipulative, I do feel it's time maybe to heal a past misunderstanding with somebody that I think you've never been able to get off your heart. Pre-Empress energy, 9 of Pentacles, overall outcome, the 6 of Wands, yeah. There is somebody here, I feel, where you didn't have victory with them in the past because maybe you made an unwise choice, and maybe you're afraid to choose to go back because of some public embarrassment here. But I feel there's been a lack of healing when it comes to a misunderstanding with a pre-Empress, a Taurus energy perhaps, who I see is really living the fine life here. She's put in the work. We could have a business owner here, somebody independently owned and operated. This is Empress, right? This is pre-Empress. We could have a mother here. We have somebody here that I feel doesn't want for anything. She's happy. She's successful. She's independent. She's regal. She's enjoying her solitude, and she knows her worth. She knows her value, and she's not going to settle for anything less than another 9 of Pentacles energy. And so I do feel maybe you've avoided the great sadness of an ending. I do feel maybe you've been in the process of some deep heart healing for the last couple of years, going through these conflicting egoic oppositions. Maybe there's been a battle between the head and the heart. But I feel there's a need to bring balance back into something, and you've really withheld, I feel, taking action. And maybe it's because you're struggling with money. Maybe you're extremely repressing emotions is what I feel like. Yeah, looking at things as black and white. It's not just black and white. It's time to release the lack mentality here. I do feel there was a huge missed opportunity in the past, and now somebody's recognizing that, and they're in a negative thought spiral. There's a lot of fear about maybe bringing forward an offer or an apology, because we got somebody here that knows her worth and her value. The Queen of Coins, once again, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I do feel there's somebody you wish you could go back to. There's somebody you wish you could go back to that you chose not to invest in. There was an opportunity to build a legacy with this person, right? Because if this would be upright, the 9 with the page would be the 10. So this is like a family legacy. And somebody did not invest. Maybe somebody didn't see your worth or your value, or vice versa. But I feel somebody feels it's hopeless when it comes to wanting to go back to something from the past, back to a Queen of Coins from the past. Maybe they didn't see this person's worth. Yeah, I do feel you figure out who you are here, but we've got a Queen of Coins, 9 of Coins here, where somebody did not recognize the magical opportunity that they had to build a legacy with somebody. And I do feel there's like a heart purge going on here, because they didn't have gratitude for this gift that was given to them from the divine, and now they want to go back. Somebody here is getting a major wake-up call. Yep, they made an unwise choice. Maybe they went towards somebody that lacked integrity. Maybe you lacked integrity. But I feel all of these hidden motivations are coming to light, and somebody does want to bring in some communication. Get ready to receive an unexpected message. There's going to be an unexpected message coming that will allow you the opportunity to move forward very quickly. Accelerated ascension. This is long overdue. Somebody here maybe has been watering a dead tree for quite some time, in a situation where there is no balance, there is no harmony. It's like somebody put a lot of effort into making something grow, and there's a lack of return on that investment. And I do feel there was a lack of planning, and yeah, a lack of balance. And so I do feel there is an opportunity here for abundance, for good fortune, likely with this 9 of Pentacles, but you likely will have to leave another home situation behind. There's something coming to a dead stop here. So let's take a look at the 2 of Pentacles. Let's clarify the 2 of Pentacles. What is this realignment? There's a lot of hidden emotions here coming to the surface is what I feel. Yeah. A release. The Knight of Coins. The release of a bad investment. Well, wouldn't that just be divine orchestration there? Didn't we start off that reading with weighing the pros and the cons? That's what I felt. That was the very first message I felt. Weighing the pros and the cons. Justice. Libra. The balancing of the scales. There is a release of an unjust situation here. Something here was not just. Something here was not right. And there is a karmic rebalancing taking place. This realignment is going to trigger some type of ending that could lead to a new beginning. But there needs to be the release of a situation and a certain person that has been holding you back. Cancer. You are on a spiritual transformation. You could be dealing with somebody here that's not loyal, that's not dedicated. But I do feel a decision is going to be made. There's some type of guardian angel protection watching over you, a crossed over loved one, Cancer, that is pushing you to stand up for what it is that you believe in. I think you've tried to weigh the pros and the cons of all of these situations playing out. The only way that you will come out a winner, Cancer, is if you come from a position of integrity. Are you coming from a place of integrity? What do we got on the bottom of the deck? Are you ready to stand up for what you believe in? Because I do believe you want to revisit somebody from the past. You do want to go back to somebody that you've been romanticizing about. I think maybe your heart's been guarded. You've maybe been trying to protect this connection. I do think you want something to go, you want to go back to something, or somebody could be returning to you. But I feel it's time to have confidence to try and create some type of balance here. Sagittarius energy. I do feel you recognize that you walked away from something extraordinary. And you want to hopefully come in and reach some level of compromise, maybe seek forgiveness, but you're going to have to come out of hiding. There's that shell energy I felt. It's time to come out of hiding. I think you've spent enough time in meaningful solitude. You've been shining a light on those negative vices, and now it's time to maybe even become a spiritual mentor yourself. Maybe you've been going through a self-discovery period of deepening your relationship to yourself, but I feel like there's just this lack, and it's time to go back towards the light. Let's see what this Nine of Pentacles has to say. Maybe she wants to stay single. I'm not sure. What does the Nine of Pentacles have to say? Well, I think she would be open to receiving a message. This Nine of Pentacles, I think, is saying maybe she realized that she was dealing with somebody a little bit moody, inexperienced. I do feel she's maybe been waiting to receive a message. She's ready. She's ready for a new emotional experience. So I think she's waiting for an invite. Her psychic abilities are heightened, yeah. So I think she's also waiting for an apology for a missed opportunity here. That's what it feels like. And remember, that was the first card at the cut. She's waiting for somebody to apologize for a missed opportunity. I do feel this Nine of Pentacles would still be willing to invest. But, you know, a lot of people can't apologize. It's not easy to admit that we make mistakes, right? It's not easy to apologize to somebody that you've hurt. But I do feel we've got a pre-empress here. She's like, hey, this is long overdue. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I got a golden opportunity here. Are you going to follow this yellow brick road? Because I do feel an empress that can grow anything. I do feel get ready to sign a lucrative new contract here. And maybe this will lead you to the purchase of a home together. But I feel like this is long overdue. Maybe you're closing out a 7-year cycle of trials and tribulations. But I do feel it's time to put in the work, Cancer. And that's kind of what I got. So I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, I do encourage you to check out that description box below. And I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thanks.